Lillefors, third time clearance in 570. This is him now at 580. Just the three men still left in this. Duplantis, who we're yet to see vault. Thompson, we've seen go clear. 21-year-old new national record holder, and he joins him. Well, what a couple of weeks he's having. Holds his arms out to say, well, there you go, thank you very much. So Lillefors joins his teammate with Thompson. Two Norwegians clear in this pole vault competition in the wets and the damp at the far end of the stadium. That landing mat is soaking. And the rain's starting to come down again here as well. So it's good running conditions, maybe not for vaulting though, but the guys are doing pretty well. This is right at the limit for this young man, Lillefors. Only once gone higher than this, but that puts him in the top three. Well, this is Sondre Gudormsen from Norway. His brother Simon went out a little earlier. Simon won the national championships last year, the younger of the two, but he's the one still in here tonight. 580. Oh, that's good. Well, he took a risk. He passed at 570. Having had first-time clearances at 40 and 60. Watching what was going on around, saw Lillefors, you just saw a little earlier, third attempt, his young teammate going clear at 570. So he had sat that height out, comes in, first time clearance at 580. Well, that's like Duplantis, isn't it? The rain just not letting up. They've tried to wait as long as they possibly can. They had a little bit of a delay, as Tim was mentioning earlier, to try and let the worst of the rain pass. But they've had to restart.
Now back to Mondo Duplantis. Duplantis has passed at 597. This is 602, a stadium record, a world best for this year. Oh! Goes clear. As cool as a cucumber. In sopping wet clothing, landing on a sopping wet bed, but surrounded by adoring Norwegian fans. As I said earlier on, kind of a cousin to these fellas up here in Scandinavia, I guess. They love to see Scandinavians going well. They prefer a Norwegian vessel to be winning, but if it can't be, then a Swede or a Dane or a Finn will do just fine. And that is the highest vault in the world this year. And I'll tell you what, he gives it a clip, but Steve, again, he's over that by many, many centimetres. There's plenty more to come.
35 metres. Here's Broders in this pole vault. Now, we saw him clear at 575 first time. His lifetime best, Broders, coming just recently, the Belgian. It was a week ago at the University of Leuven. Has plenty of distraction from vaulting and training, but no distraction needed tonight, because that was beautiful. 5 meters 80, first attempt from Broders. He had a little hiccup earlier on at 565, but that's his fifth vault of the night, his third first-time clearance, and 580. He's reaching a rich vein of form. He really is, and athletes love this in the vertical jumps. They are so psychologically demanding. It's a confidence game. 580, the bar will move up to 585 next, but he's the first to go clear. Really impressive stuff from Broders.
Thibaut Collet's got the crowd right behind him, the European under-23 bronze medalist. Thibaut Collet then, second attempt at 575 to join Broders. Oh yes, brilliant. Screaming on the way down. They're right on the far side. There's a decent crowd clustered right around the pole vault there. And Collet milking it for all it was worth. Brilliant from the young Frenchman, 23 years old. Personal best of 582 set this year, in fact just a few days ago in Prague, and he's closing in. Clear at 575 at the second attempt. Just the simple invitation from Levellini, and they oblige. So the bar at 580, remember, he's a 605 vaulter at best. Second attempt at 580. Oh yes, gave it a little rattle, but rolling back the ears, Levellini, come on! Well, this is his manner. His coach, Philippe Doncos, watching on, will have been delighted with that. You know, the body may be getting a little bit older, maybe he's creaking a little bit in the morning, but The competitive juices are still flowing. And on a warm night in the Stade Charletti, on home soil, Tim, it doesn't get much better than that.
No, absolutely. Mind you, one slight anomaly on his CV, Chris, you said he's won everything. He hasn't. It stands out that he's never won the World Outdoor title. He has Olympic titles, he has World Indoor Golds, European Indoor Golds, everything. European Outdoor titles galore, not the world title. And of course, with Mondo now kind of doing things, he's missed his window. Well, Tiago Braz, the Olympic champion in Rio, in front of the home crowd. How do you top that? Here he goes, second attempt at 5.93. He cleared 5.83 third time, and then he goes over here at the second time of asking, does Braz. World number 8 this year, and that is a big new season's best for him. His previous best, 5.82. He puts another 11 centimetres on that. He is a 6.03 jumper, produced that when he won the Olympic title 6 years ago in Rio. But watch this, how tight is this? Gives it quite a clatter on the way up. As he's going over, he gives it another nudge, and it stays up. That is a charmed vault, and a great vault, 5.93 and into third place. Back to Chris Nielsen, first attempt at 5.93. He's going well, cleared 5.83 already. Oh, that's lovely, yeah. Nielsen cleared 5.83, second time of asking. He pops over 5.93 there at the first time of asking. And Chris Nielsen loves it because he knows that's a big vault.
This guy loves the big stage. Here he comes, second attempt, 6.16. Lifetime outdoor best for Duplantis. There you go! There you go! Arms in the air from Dan, punching the air from the sun. Wanda Duplantis, 6.16. That's what the crowd have come to see. He delivers time and time again. That first one was just, tease people a little bit. Oh, I wonder if he could do it. Of course he can do it. Of course he can do it. Brilliant. Diamond League record, national record, personal best, meeting record, and the world lead to boot.
And I know he clipped it, Steve, but actually I'd like to see that side-on shot. I think he clears that by a margin. In terms of his actual height. Let's have a look at that. His high point's in front of the bar. He scrapes it on the way down. Here we go. Yeah, his high point's way in front of the bar. He's gone over quite a lot higher there, in fact. And we know there's more to come. I've been saying for a couple of years, Steve, he'll jump vault 6.35 eventually, this lad. I mean, nothing is too much for him, it seems.
Armand Duplantis. New world record 13 days ago to take the gold medal at the World Championships. Stan come down to the athletics nice and early to see the superstar, and he's not disappointing. This will be his 5th Diamond League win of the season. Perfection on the runway, mastered that pole plant. Soars over 6 meters and 10 centimeters. Took him 3 attempts. He already had the meeting record and the win sewed up with his 6 meter first time clearance. But he took all 3 attempts to get over 6 meters and 10 centimeters. And as usual, all the emotion pouring out of Armand Duplantis. He said people question his motivation. How can you stay motivated when you've already won everything? It's this pursuit of perfection, similar to Sydney McLaughlin. Every performance can be picked apart, it can be improved, and that quest for the ultimate performance, often what's the only thing that can motivate some of our superstars when they're head and shoulders above their competitors. But Mondo Duplantis, 6 meters and 10 centimeters to take the win here in front of a very appreciative Polish crowd.
So the bar at 5.71. Chris Nielsen then, first attempt for the American world silver medalist from this summer. Here he goes. Did well in Lausanne last week, really warmed to the task, and yes, safely over, carrying that good form here into Brussels, and he remains in third place, tucked in behind Duplantis and Orbiena. He's a tall man, I can tell you. That generates great speed on the runway.
Wonderful upper body strength. Philippe Boncas watching on. Quite happy with something. But the important thing is Chris Nielsen is over at 5.71 and goes into the early lead. Well, here's somebody who doesn't have to think too much. Mondo Duplantis, 5.81, world record holder, Olympic champion, world champion, indoors and out, and he just makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Whether it's in a stadium like this or outside in Lausanne last weekend, setting a meeting record there. The speed, when you get up close and personal to these vaulters on the runway, the speed with pole in hand is quite dizzying almost. Oh yes, he gave it a tickle, more than a tickle. It went up and down, he clattered it actually, but it stayed up crucially. And the pole vaulting gods are shining down on Ernest John Oviena for the moment. And that was a clutch jump there, and he's over, and he's still alive in this competition.
What a bizarre situation. Duplantis faced with a third-time vault to keep the competition alive and not be beaten. So Obiena is the same there as Mondo. He skims it on the way down, almost with the entire stretch of his torso. It was in contact with the bar, but it stays up. That's the difference.